welcome to This Day. I'm Michael Taylor. It is Friday. It is the 14th of June, and we've got a great show for you today. Last night had a great time, too. Over in Ocusa, over at the Cirque du Soleil. Have you guys seen the big tent over in Laguna Hills Mall parking lot? Great show. Get out there, enjoy the fun. Make sure you get those tickets early and get in there for the show. It's a good one. Well, we have a great show for you today. We don't have any circus acts or anything like that, but we got some good talks to talk about. We have South Coast Singers. Dennis Egner is going to be here. He's going to be talking about a show they have coming up tomorrow. If you want to get tickets to that, you have to choose between the two acts that we talked about. And then later in the program, we'll be talking about NBA Finals. We'll be talking about the Stanley Cup Finals with Sports Corner and Cole Young. So stay tuned for that. Lots of good stuff there. Right now, we want to talk about some shopping opportunities for you. You want to go shopping? It's destination shopping time here in June. On the 25th, they're going to be taking folks out to the Walmart Center over in Laguna Niguel. It has the pavilions there, Hobby Lobby, the Walmart, of course, and a lot more, some great restaurants. So make sure you get your reservations starting on June 20th next week. They're going to be taking reservations for that. And between 8 a.m. and 10 p.m., make that reservation. You can call, of course, the transportation folks at the phone number on your screen and get that reservation all set for you and take the bus on over for some destination shopping. Let's take a look outside, and we have our usual morning June gloom. Clouds are going on this morning, but we're going to get some warm temperatures. We had a great clear out yesterday, going to get just about the same today, and then on Saturday, man, it's going to be nice, 80 degrees. So we're going to get those morning clouds and clear out. Then we got a couple of sunny days, it looks like, not so much on the clouds, maybe a little on the coast, but for us, should be pretty much sunny when we wake up on Sunday and Monday. And then we kind of return to some cooler June gloom temperatures. So that's the pattern for now. Let's take a look at our sunrise and our sunset. Got a great picture here from Mark Weiss. He's actually our director today. And he's took this picture back at Newport Back Bay. Sunrise this morning was 5:40 a.m. Sunset tonight is going to be 8:02, and that's a beautiful sunset right there that Mark got. If you'd like to send us a picture of a beautiful sunset, sunrise, pets, places, vacation spots you went to, we'll take any old picture. Go ahead and email it to us, lagunawoodsvillagetv@gmail.com. Make sure you include your name, where you took the picture, and we will put it on our sunrise sunset segment. Okay, we've got one meeting to tell you about today, and then when we come back, we'll be talking about South Coast Singers' big show coming up. Stay with us.
Seniors fear running out of money more than death itself, and the number one mistake you can make is underestimating volatility, which can derail your retirement. For 35 years now, I've coached seniors to financial independence by using two simple rules: never take big losses and create income along the way. It's your financial future. Call now to get a free risk analysis to ensure your investments are protected, and we'll send you our Safer Money System, 949-219-0692.
Your smile is key to your overall health. Put it into good hands with Lohberg Dental. We are restorative dentistry experts specializing in fillings, crowns, dental implants, root canals, and more. Come experience our exceptional care for yourself with a special offer for new patients. Your first exam and set of x-rays is free without insurance. Let us give you something to smile about. Visit drlohberg.com today to make an appointment and get your free exam and x-rays.
Welcome to Envision Eye Centers, conveniently located next to Laguna Woods. We offer cutting-edge technology that meets unsurpassed service.
You and your eyes are my priority. We will treat you with the utmost care and compassion.
Some might offer local exams, but they'll send you on a trek for surgery. Skip the unnecessary travel.
You can be confident that we will deliver the best outcome for your eyes.
Schedule your consultation today and see the world clearly. Call us or visit our website. No inconvenience, just expert care.
Hi, I'm Dan McEachran, and I'd like to introduce you to my son Brandon, who's now helping us carry on our 30-plus years tradition of working in Laguna Woods.
Happy to carry on my family's tradition.
Yeah. As you know, we build patio enclosures and patio covers, and with summer on us, it might be a good time to give us a call. We'll do a nice job for you.
How do I look?
You're looking really sharp, Brando. Very sharp.
Yeah.
If show tunes are your thing, we've got a great show for you coming up. You'll want to hear from our next guest, South Coast Singers, and we want to welcome Dennis Eigner to the program. Thanks
Thank you,
for
Michael.
joining us. And you guys have been performing the show. You did it a couple weeks back, and now you have one tomorrow night. What's the show all about?
This particular one is all Broadway musicals. It's really a lot of fun, and I think, you know, we have a good audience here from people who live in Laguna Woods. The show is just down the street at Geneva Presbyterian, which is a nice venue.
Right.
Got a good band, and yeah, it's a wonderful lineup of music from some of the most iconic musicals on Broadway.
Right, even if you haven't seen all the musicals, you know the tunes usually.
Yeah, not all. I mean, even I didn't know all of them. Like, I've never seen The Lion King, but we're doing something called Shadowland from The Lion King. We're doing something from The Phantom of the Opera, Chicago. It goes on and on in terms of the shows that we cover.
Okay. So now, one of the challenges I would think is that, you know, when if I go to a show and I see Chicago, for instance, the songs represent something going on. It moves the plot line forward. So when you kind of take that one out and just put it in a kind of a thing, you know, is there something that you kind of hope, hey, this song really has to be able to stand on its own in terms of the storytelling it was doing in the play?
That's a very interesting question. I've never really thought of it quite that way, but our musical director, Ray Medina, who's been with us now for a couple of years, he chooses the songs, and there's a method to his madness in terms of how he brings the pieces along in terms of the audience. I mean, there's some like melancholy stuff. There's have you ever heard of a musical called The Music Man?
Oh, sure, yeah.
In 1950.
Absolutely.
A beautiful thing called Till There Was You, which is soft and nice. And then stuff like from The Phantom, we're doing something called Masquerade, which is just really kind of a wild piece. So he's got it mixed up in a very conscious way to kind of entertain the audience with some upbeat stuff and some more sentimental pieces. And then this time we have 10 songs by the choir and another 10 songs done by soloists and groups. So there's a group, for example, of 10 women doing something from Mamma Mia called The Dancing Queen.
Oh, sure.
Familiar with it, yeah. And they do the boas, and they have a lot of fun.
Go a little wild up there. Now, when you put a show together like that, though, what's the concept behind like making that one flow correctly? Since they're from all these musical numbers from all these different musicals that aren't matching in a way, is there a flow to that too? That when you guys put it together, kind of highs and lows that you try to put in the show?
Yeah, precisely. I think that's kind of a good comment in the terms of how you construct a show. I mean, when I've been a performer, that's not my vocation, but I have been a singer pretty much all my life, and I remember going to a workshop in Hollywood with someone who trains singers, and he said, you know, the way you put together a show or a set, you hit them hard at the beginning, it's like a suspension bridge. You hit them hard at the beginning, and then you hit them in the middle and end with something pow.
Big finish.
Yeah, big finish. So that's the secret.
What do you think are some of the show highlights? What you're taking away from, like, hey, when we put this whole thing together, these are some of the things that just, I think, resonates with the audience or whatever it might be?
Well, I have my own personal favorites. We do, at the beginning of the second section of the show, we do something called Razzle Dazzle from the musical Chicago, which was personally one of my favorite musicals to watch. And I mentioned The Music Man. Besides Till There Was You, there's a barbershop quartet in Music Man called Lida Rose.
Oh, okay,
You recall?
I'm recalling that now. I remember Till There Was You, but I forgot about the barbershop quartet.
Yeah, it's a wonderful thing. What else can I say? Well, we start off with something that's very apropos. It's called Another Opening, Another Show, written by Cole Porter from Kiss Me Kate. And it really talks about performers getting ready to do a musical, and the angst, trepidation, I'm not prepared, we've got 4 weeks and we're still rehearsing. I'm not sure it's together. It's kind of a cool way to start the program.
Okay. Now, what is it? Speaking of that, what does it take to put a show like this together? When do you guys start working on it, thinking about it, and then really start, assembling the teams to do the singing and all that?
Well, the musical director is thinking about this well in advance, but we start in early March with rehearsals. We have weekly rehearsals. And then as we get closer to the performance date, we have one very long rehearsal and then 2 rehearsals with the instrumentalists. So it's quite a commitment of time on the part of the people in the choir.
And you still seem to be enjoying it.
Oh yeah, no, I think it's great. And as I said, I think this particular show is just lots of fun.
Okay. Tell me a little bit about the Stars of Tomorrow program. We've talked about this a while back when you were on before.
Oh, thank you. Well, this is our big community outreach effort. We raise money. We also use money from our ticket sales to support a scholarship program. Every spring, we invite high school students from around Orange County to submit videos of their performance in 2 categories, musical theater and classical. And out of, we usually have 30 or so applications in each group. That gets pared down to 10, and then we have a group of professional judges who take the 10 and come up with the first, second, and third winners. With this season, we gave away about $5,000 in scholarship money, and the winner in each category is performing with us. So,
right, and in fact, I think I met the winner last time you guys were on a little while back. A young lady, I can't remember.
Yeah, right. Yeah. So last week at the show at South Shores Church in Dana Point, the classical winner sang, a young man named William Bolin. And this week we have the winner in the musical theater category, Isa Calvo from Fullerton Union High School will be singing on the program.
How important is it for you guys to be able to support up-and-coming singers like that?
You know, it's just so gratifying because if we look back, the group South Coast Singers has been in existence now for 22 years. And the scholarship, this Stars of Tomorrow, is 18 years we've been doing it. And I think we've made some very good picks because a number of these honorees, scholarship winners, have gone on to have nice careers in showbiz and Broadway, and it's been very gratifying to see them succeed from, kind of humble beginnings.
Wow.
Yeah.
Have you ever got to go to see one of the winners?
I haven't, but others have.
Okay.
Yeah.
What a terrific, that must be a terrific feeling to know that not only are you guys doing something you love and you're continuing to play these music, but also, creating the next generation of singers out there.
Yeah, I feel really, really very good about that.
Well, let's talk about the show one more time before we go. It is tomorrow night on Broadway. Tell us all the details.
Okay, starts at 4 p.m. and we're right next door to Laguna Woods at the Geneva Presbyterian Church. Tickets are $20 at the door. It's a nice big room, seats about 350 people. Nice band, 55 singers, and
quite the show.
A lot of fun. Yeah, it should be
kids are welcome. In fact, kids under 10 are free.
Sure.
Get the next generation getting excited about music already.
Yeah, let's get them into the mold of singers. Yes.
Absolutely. Dennis Iger from South Coast Singers, thank you so much for joining us. I hope the show goes great. Good luck with everything.
Thank you, Michael. Appreciate it.
You're welcome. Sports Corner's up next. Stay with us.
Well, at my age, I've seen a lot of things come and go. I served in the military. I've been in law enforcement for a career of 30 years. Recently, I've had pains and aches in my feet that have caused me to dread doing the things I love. I have a friend that told me about Roadrunner Sports. I was met by a fit expert who walked me through the perfect fit zone. They measured my feet, did a 3D scan, watched how I walked, videotaped it, and showed the results. Turns out, I've been wearing the wrong size shoes for years. Now, with the right insoles and the right shoes, my feet are great. I no longer have the pain in my feet that I had. You know, at my age, oftentimes people ask me how old I am. I'm an old guy, but I gotta tell you, the key is staying active. And you gotta stay active in a pain-free way. With me, it's Roadrunner Sports for my feet.
Happy Friday and welcome to this week's episode of Sports Corner. I'm Cole Young and I have a whole lot to cover, so I'll get right to it. Starting with hockey, the Stanley Cup Finals have been somewhat shocking. I say this because, if you remember, I predicted Edmonton and their high-powered offense would raise the Stanley Cup this season. But the Florida Panthers have absolutely dominated the Oilers so far. In Game 1 on Saturday, Florida goalie Sergei Bobrovsky made 32 saves for the Panthers, who defeated the Oilers 3-0. The Panthers scored early in the first period, again in the second, and closed out the game on an empty net goal in the third. Edmonton showed some life to start Game 2. Matthias Ekholm scored the game's first goal, and the Oilers' first goal of the finals, in the first period, jumping out to a 1-0 lead. But that would be the end of the scoring for the Oilers for the night. Florida would go on to score 4 unanswered goals, including 2 back-to-back from Evan Rodriguez, and the Panthers went on to win Game 2 4-1. Teams that lead a best-of-7 Stanley Cup playoff series 2-0 have a series record of 352 wins and 56 losses, or roughly 86%. In the final, only 5 of 54 teams have overcome a 2-0 deficit to win. So, all that to say, the odds are heavily against the Oilers, but the series isn't over just yet. Games 1 and 2 were at home for the Panthers in Sunrise, Florida. Games 3 and 4 head to Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. That's a travel distance of about 2,541 miles, which is the largest distance between two teams in a Stanley Cup final. On top of the distance, the drastic change in time zones is a huge factor as well. Game 3 on Thursday at Rogers Place in Edmonton marked the first time this postseason that the Panthers have played a game outside of the Eastern time zone. It's a drastic contrast compared to the Oilers, who have played games in the East, Central, Mountain, and Pacific time zones. But all the travel and time changes didn't affect Florida, as they picked up another win in Game 3 and are now just one win away from earning their first ever Stanley Cup. The crucial Game 4 will be back in Edmonton tomorrow at 5 p.m. on ABC. The start of the NBA Finals was fairly similar to the NHL. The Boston Celtics breezed past the Dallas Mavericks in Game 1, winning 107-89. Boston was up by 29 points in the first half, and they were led by Jaylen Brown, who scored 22 points, as well as Kristaps Porzingis, who made an immediate impact off the bench and added 20 points, 6 rebounds, and 3 blocks. The Celtics also hit 16 three-pointers in this game and clearly just dominated up and down the floor. Just like Edmonton did in Game 2 of the Stanley Cup Finals, the Mavericks opened Game 2 looking strong. The lead was swapping back and forth during the first half, and Dallas was down by just 3 points at the start of the second half. But despite Luka Doncic putting up his 10th playoff triple-double with 32 points, 11 assists, and 11 rebounds, the Celtics managed to run away with the game. Drew Holiday led Boston with 26 points and 11 rebounds, and Derek White saved the game after he sprinted down the court to swat away the Mavericks' last chance at a lead late in the fourth. The Celtics held on to win 105-98 and quickly jumped out to a 2-0 lead. Game 3 was Wednesday night, and for the first quarter, Dallas seemed like they might run away with a blowout win. They were making virtually every shot and quickly jumped out to a double-digit lead. Kyrie Irving finally had a solid performance for Dallas, scoring 35 points, which supplemented Luka Doncic's 27 points. But it still wasn't enough to hold back the Celtics. Jason Tatum scored 31, Jaylen Brown had 30, and the Celtics held off a furious Dallas rally to move to the verge of a record 18th championship with a 106-99 victory. It was close, as Boston was very close to blowing a 21-point lead with 11 minutes left in the game, but the Celtics are now just one game away from completing the sweep. Game 4 will be back in Dallas tonight at 5:30 p.m. on ABC. I selfishly hope both Dallas and Edmonton can pick up wins this weekend, just because I don't want either final series to end too early and I can still have some sports to watch. I've said it in previous years, but May, June, and July are truly the months of champions. Obviously, both NBA and NHL champion will be crowned shortly, but In college, there are some major champions as well. In the world of college softball, a dynasty team continues to set records. The Oklahoma Sooners have achieved softball immortality. Oklahoma is the winner of the 2024 Women's College World Series, sweeping rival Texas in the championship series to become the first school to win 4 consecutive softball national championships. It was the offense that powered Oklahoma to an 8-3 win in Game 1 on Wednesday, and Thursday's Game 2, Oklahoma rallied to an 8-4 victory to take down the #1 team in the country. Just last season, they set the NCAA record for most consecutive wins and had a near-perfect season at 61-1 as they dominated their way to softball's second three-peat. Oklahoma then lost ace pitcher Jordy Ball to the transfer portal, and their record-winning streak finally ended earlier this season at 71 straight games. For the first time since 2018, the Sooners weren't the #1 seed in the NCAA tournament, but they breezed through the tournament, losing just 1 game to Florida en route to their title. All 8 of their national championships under current coach Patty Gasso have come since 2000, and they've now won 7 of the last 11 Women's College World Series while appearing in the last 5 championships. 5 standout Oklahoma seniors, Jada Coleman, Tiara Jennings, Kenzie Hansen, Nicole May, and Riley Boone, were part of every national championship during that four-peat, a 4-year run that saw the Sooners go an astonishing 235-15. We may never see a more historic or dominant run like this in all sports for a very long time. For the Men's College Baseball World Series, the bracket begins today with a matchup of Virginia and North Carolina at 11 a.m. and Florida State versus Tennessee at 4 p.m. Be sure to tune in throughout the entirety of the World Series tournament, as every year these games are high-scoring and absolutely electric. Now, time to cover a sport I don't think I've ever even mentioned in the 112 episodes of this show: cricket. About a week ago, the USA caused an enormous, historic shock after they defeated Pakistan in a super over during the ICC Men's T20 Cricket World Cup at Grand Prairie Cricket Stadium in Dallas, Texas. Pakistan had reached the finals in the last Cricket World Cup and were heavy favorites over the Americans. While the sport is, in comparison, closest to baseball, teams in cricket score significantly more runs than in baseball. And the U.S. piled up 159 runs against Pakistan to tie the score after the 20 overs were completed and then won in a super over. I'm not 100% sure what all that means, but I understand it's basically the equivalent of winning in extra innings in baseball. The U.S. national cricket team played its first match back in 1844, but the popularity of the sport declined rapidly. However, it's clearly making a comeback and is back on the program for the 2028 Olympic Games here in LA. So, hopefully the U.S. will continue winning matches and be in the running for a medal in a few years. To end the show, unfortunately, for the second time in the past few weeks, the sports world has lost another basketball legend. Jerry West passed away earlier this week at the age of 86. After being drafted by the Lakers 2nd overall back in 1960, West played 14 years and was an All-Star 14 times and made All-NBA a dozen times. He averaged 27 points, 5.8 rebounds, and 6.7 assists for his career. At the time of his retirement in 1974, he was the franchise leading scorer with 25,192 points. He was widely regarded as one of the best defensive players in history as well. Even though the NBA didn't recognize steals as an official stat until his final season, he averaged 2.6 steals per game that season. The all-defensive teams also weren't selected until 1968, which was 5 years before he retired. In those 5 years, he was named to the first team 4 times and the second team once. In 1969, he was named the first, and still the only player, on the losing team to win MVP for the NBA Finals. He was a member of the stellar U.S. Men's Olympic team in 1960 and won a gold medal in Rome while sharing the captain honors with Oscar Robertson. In the 1965 playoffs, West averaged 40.6 points per game. As a player, he won his only NBA championship in 1972. Like I said, West retired in 1974, but stayed with the Lakers, first as a coach for 3 seasons, then a scout, and finally the GM. The Lakers won 5 championships in the 1980s with West in the front office and introduced excitement and style with their Showtime approach to winning and entertainment. West was then responsible for bringing the Lakers back into prominence by bringing in Shaquille O'Neal and Kobe Bryant, who led the Lakers to 3 straight titles. After his career with the Lakers, West then helped the Warriors win 3 titles in 4 years, while he was a big part of their front office and building the team with Klay Thompson and Steph Curry. And, as probably his biggest accomplishment, Jerry West is literally the NBA logo. Jerry West will be remembered for his competitiveness, drive, wisdom of the sport of basketball, and how he cared for everyone he encountered both on and off the court. He'll be missed deeply by friends, family, and fans all across the world. Thank you for joining me on this week's episode of Sports Corner. I'm Cole Young. Have a great weekend, and I'll see you next time.
Tickets are on sale now at the Pack for the California Club's entertainment event, Kenny Cetera's Chicago Experience, a tribute to the band Chicago. Saturday, August 3rd, 7:30 p.m. at the Pack. Kenny and his 7-piece band with a 3-horn section will produce the true sound of the original Chicago band. The evening will highlight all the best of Chicago with songs like 25 or 6 to 4, Hard to Say I'm Sorry, and If You Leave Me Now, and more. You don't want to miss this one.
Do you suffer from low back pain? Hoag Orthopedic Institute is the #1 provider of orthopedic and spine care in Orange County. Our Back to You program is a unique, non-operative, evidence-based approach to treating low back pain. Our spine strengthening program combines physical therapy with education on pain and nutrition. Let Hoag Orthopedic Institute's Back to You program get you back to doing what you love. For more information, visit hoiexperts.com/spine or call 855-999-4641 to find a doctor.
And welcome back. Let's talk movies. We got a Good Friday one today and a good one on Saturday. This Friday, today, we are going to be putting up Miss Pettigrew Lives for a Day. It stars Frances McDormand and is brought to us by Saddleback Memorial Care. It's going to be on 2 p.m. with the subtitles and 6 p.m. without the subtitles. And Guinevere Pettigrew is a middle-aged London governess and finds herself unfairly dismissed from her job. An attempt to gain new employment catapults her into the glamorous world and dizzying social world of an American actress and singer. So that looks like a fun one. Make sure you catch that one today at 2 p.m. and 6 p.m. And then on Saturday, we have another great one. It's Arthur the King. Now, this is a true life story. It's based on a true event. It stars Mark Wahlberg, brought to us by Harvard Eye Associates at 2 p.m. with subtitles and 6 p.m. without the subtitles. It's based on a true story. In the film, the captain of an adventure racing team befriends a wounded stray dog named Arthur, who accompanies the team on a grueling 435-mile endurance race through the Dominican Republic. It became like a little famous dog in the YouTube clips and everything like that. It's a really cool story, and the movie sounds like a fun one. Quick check on the weather before we head out. We're going to have basic nice temperatures this weekend. We're going to get to 80 tomorrow. That's going to be our high. And then really we have back to cooling but for the rest of the week. But 80 is going to be pretty nice. Then 76 before, 75 after, and then more cooling during the week. All right, that's going to do it for this edition of This Day. Tomorrow on the program, Saturday, we have Active Down Under. We're going to be talking about some vacation planning you might be wanting to do. And Concerned Students is going to be here as well. They've got the I Want You, Uncle Sam guy's going to be on the show. That should be a fun one. All right, for all of us here at Village Television, we hope you make this day a great one.